Good morning, everyone. This is Faye Morrow, Executive Director of the Volunteer Center for Anne Arundel County. Welcome to Volunteers Voice. This morning's guest is Ken McCready. Colonel McCready from the Maryland Therapeutic Writing Organization, Executive Director. You have such great things going on at Maryland Therapeutic Writing. Ken, tell us a little bit about the summer and what's been going on.
Well, we had a wonderful summer. We had 83 riders, which is a pretty good sized group. 10% of those, 8 of them were military riders, so that was really great for us, including the first 3 that we've had through the Wounded Warrior Project. So great experience with them. We capped off their experience of the summer with a celebratory barbecue. And Mission Barbecue catered it for us, and we had about 40 people there, and really wished our military riders well and thanked them for their service. So that was a fun part of the summer.
That is fun. And your writers come from everywhere, and they're of all ages and abilities. So
Right.
you are serving so many people in this county.
We are.
And you use volunteers to do that.
Yeah, we're blessed to receive outstanding support from the community, and we couldn't do what we do without them. We have our volunteers, about 200 a week, come in to keep the farm operating. Last year they gave 17,000 hours of volunteer service, not counting events. That's just keeping the farm going and providing safety for our riders. So it's the volunteer groups and individuals that come are just essential to what we do.
So therapeutic horseback riding lessons, they're supported because a lot of times you need trained volunteers to help with
Correct.
the horses. Explain how that works.
Well, for every rider that we have, and we only serve riders with disabilities, and the disabilities can range from, not really physical disability, maybe post-traumatic stress, some sort of emotional or cognitive issue, to really severe physical issues, multiple sclerosis or cerebral palsy. So the riders are going to need various levels of support, and for the most part, we have 2 sidewalkers, one on each side of the horse, that are there to provide assistance to the rider. Some riders we keep in the saddle with our arms across their thigh to make sure that they have the stability they need. But as they progress in the process, we try to get them to ride independently, and some can do that within a lesson or 2, and some have now achieved it after 17 years in our program. So the riders play a critical role of that support structure around the rider. And it's not just a physical support, but working with the same riders week after week, that becomes a team that's all there to lift the rider physically and emotionally, spiritually.
So the kind of training that you give your volunteers is critical, and then their commitment to be there because you're depending on them.
Exactly. And we have volunteers that have decades of horse experience, and others like me who I've seen pictures of horses before I got to MTR, but I really didn't know that much about them. And we have room for all levels. Everybody gets brought in and goes through a 3-hour training orientation so that they're able to perform the functions and feel comfortable around the horses and kind of know what they need to do. And then there's continuing education for those that are interested in acquiring higher level skills and working with the horses and working with the riders.
Well, before we wind up with a call out for weekday morning volunteers in particular, you have a new member of the staff, so to speak. Her name is Julep, and I've got to ask you just for a second to tell us about Julep.
Julep was a surprise for us. She was born April 30th, a little mini filly. Complete surprise. We thought the mother was obese, but she suddenly became slim and trim after delivering a bouncing baby filly. Oh. So we are so excited to watch this little thing grow.
And people can see great photos, I know, on your Facebook page, but give us your website as well, because that's where you really want potential volunteers to check you out.
Right. Start with our website, which is www.horsesthatheal, all one phrase, .org. So www.horsesthatheal.org.
And don't miss Julep. People have to go out and visit just to get acquainted with MTR, and Julep will be there waiting for them. So, Ken, thank you so much for being here today.
Well, thank you, Faye, and thanks all the listeners for the support you provide Maryland Therapeutic Riding. We truly appreciate it.
So Maryland Therapeutic Riding is one of the many nonprofits the Volunteer Center works with. And if you need more information about MTR or other ways to get involved, you can call the Volunteer Center at 410-897-9207 or go to our website, volunteerannearundel.org. Thank you for listening, and please tune in next week for Volunteer Voice on your hometown station, 1430 WNAV.